Alright, first we'll show you a continuous ridge line, and for me I have loops splicing into my line. You just go around the tree like this, and you could pull the entire string through the loop like that. I really picked too long of a ridge line for demonstrating this, especially since that's not how I'm going to do it in the end. Anyway, that's pretty easy. You know, your other option is any sort of beaner. Doesn't have to be an S beaner. That's pretty easy. So one of the easiest and often overlooked is simply a bite through the loop, insert trail stick, and there you go. You know, no knots, no beaners, just a toggle or a stick, and you're done. And if you wanted a slightly more secure item than that, you've always got the option of, you can pull a bigger bite out, then you reach and you sort of make a little lark's head deal, cinch all that up, and now it's tight again. You know, if you go, it's a little more secure on the stick. It's holding it a little tighter. But still, only takes a hot second, and you're not really learning knots or anything like that. So, but we'll just go back to the single bite, stick in, oops, and once we got that, we'll go over to the other side. Now for me, when I got my figure 9s, this is what they had, is the beaner variety, and it's, you know, couldn't be easier to use. Just flip it through there a few times, make sure it's in this groove, and then come around the tree with your line over the short one, cinch her up good, tie her off, and that's, you know, that's that simple for your ridge line. Like I said, everyone knows how to hook the tarp up once the ridge line's in place. It seems to be often the connection, you know, at the standing end, you know, your fixed end first, and then you take it over to the other tree. That first connection point seems to draw a lot of questions, it seems. So, you know, that's just, I think, the easiest there is. You could put a bowline at the end of your line, you can splice an eye into it, and just pick up a trail stick and stuff it in there. That's pretty easy going. So that's the gist of that. Now we'll go on to another option for what I would believe is still an easily adjustable, like it gives you some of the advantages of the overhead ridge line without the overhead ridge line. So let's check that out. Okay, so you got the rope around the tree and you've got nothing on your tarp. You simply, but what you do have already is a prusik or penberthy or climb heist or whatever you feel like you ought to be using. That is on your line already. So you can, you know, connect this with a trail stick. I like to go like this. I like to sort of lark's head my trail stick onto it. Like that. And you can fit that up through there. And see, now you got your fixed end on the tree, an adjustable or a sliding knot right there, and oops, this one I don't have enough wraps on it, but let's just assume it stays where you want it to, and there you go. You do the same thing on the other end, and then if you find out you need to move over 6 inches or something like that, you just come out, you give this thing a slide, and then you take up, then you take up the slack on the other side. So that's a pretty easy way of going at it. So again, one more time, what we have is the a prusik, Prenberthy, whatever, on your line. You just make your line fast to the tree. You've got this much adjustment to your tarp, so you can just connect your tarp to the sliding knot there, whatever it is, prusik, what have you, and go over to the other side and do the exact same thing. And now you just can slide it to adjust it in or out. Pretty easy sailing. If you're the kind of guy who wants the V going to the tree so that you can have your hammock suspension run down between it, here's an option for that as well. So I started out just by girth hitching the line to the tarp, so that that's your fixed point now, and then you go around the tree. And come back to the tarp with the prusik or the Prenberthy again, and again simply attach it to it. And now you've got the V for your hammock suspension to go through, and still adjustable if you need to get further away from the tree or closer to it. You just slide the damn thing up. Not too much going on here. So again, that's pretty easy. You're going to do the same thing on the other side, and you'll have 2 V's for your hammock. In fact, we're going to go give that a try right now. Okay, so here we are at the other end of the tarp. We're just going to take the string, sneak it around the tree, hoping all the while we're not dragging it through poison ivy. I happen to have an actual prusik on this one. Slide that up into the same zip code. Snap her on, and that's it. I'll just tug that through a little bit. That's got a pretty good ridge line going. You can see there, got the fixed where it's sort of arcs headed on, goes out around the tree, leaving plenty of room in there for your hammock suspension. And you come back to the prusik and an S-beaner. The remainder of your string just hangs down there.